If you love cats, today's video is for you. Today we're gonna make Dr. Judy Morgan's famous CatLoaf recipe. So to get started, this is formulated in the animal diet formulator for adult cats indoor activity level. And most cats are gonna eat 4 to 6 ounces a day, and this is gonna make 22 ounces of food. So at the end of the video, we'll show you how you can portion it and feed it to your cats. But this is a great recipe for all cats, and it's great to add into your rotation. We're gonna show you the gently cooked style, but you can also serve this raw as long as all of the vegetable matter is processed, finely ground, and steamed or sauteed in some way. But today, we're gonna make it super easy and show you the best way to do this quickly and easy. You can just set it and forget it during the day, especially if you go to work. We're gonna throw it all into the slow cooker. You put it on low for 6 to 8 hours, and then it's ready to go. You can feed some fresh and freeze the rest. So let's get started. We're gonna start with our meat. So the base of this recipe is going to be 8 ounces of 95% lean pork muscle meat. Then we're gonna also add in 2.5 ounces of chicken liver, 1.5 ounces of beef liver, and we have our 3 ounces of fresh or frozen mussels. And so for today, we're gonna add it all into our slow cooker. Next, we're going to add into the slow cooker 4 egg yolks. We also have 2 ounces of butternut squash, and if you're gonna feed this recipe raw, make sure that the butternut squash is processed in some way, so finely chopped and steamed, cooked, sauteed in some way. Since we're throwing it all in the slow cooker, it can just go right in raw with the rest of our ingredients. Next is gonna be 1 ounce of kale, and again, we want this finely chopped and then processed in some way, so sauteed, cooked, or just thrown right into the slow cooker. It will cook with all the rest of the ingredients, makes it nice and easy. And we get the question a lot, since cats are obligate carnivores, why do we include vegetable matter into our recipes? This is kind of a controversial topic, but we truly believe if you set a cat free, so we have a lot of cats that are outside in our barn, and so we've watched them, how they naturally select different things when they are just let loose and able to choose for themselves. And you will see that cats will actually naturally choose a wide variety of foods. So they will eat whole prey, whether it's mice, birds, rabbits, and they will eat the whole thing head to tail, including all the fur, all the feathers, all the guts inside, including what that animal ate. But they also will self-select various herbs and vegetation if you let them. We actually had one of our barn cats came in with a mushroom in her mouth one time. So they will eat a wide variety of bugs, animals, and plant and vegetation matter if you give them the choice. So we firmly believe that yes, they are obligate carnivores. The base of the diet should be predominantly meat, but we do like to add in a little bit of processed vegetable matter for the added benefits as well. Okay, next we're going to add in our 1 ounces of oysters as well. It's a great source of zinc. Last but not least, we have some powders that we're going to add in to help balance and complete our recipe. Again, this is a complete and balanced diet for adult cats with the indoor activity level according to FEDIAF using the animal diet formulator. So the next things we're gonna add are our powders. So we've got 1 teaspoon of eggshell powder. You can also use 2 teaspoons of the Animal Essentials Sea Cal powder that we have at naturallyhealthypets.com. 1 teeny tiny scoop of the Now kelp powder. That's a great iodine source for the recipe. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of wheatgrass powder and 2 teaspoons of ground turmeric. And all of that is gonna go straight into our slow cooker. And the last ingredient on our recipe is going to be 1/2 teaspoon of cod liver oil. So today we're using the fermented cod liver oil from Solutions Pet Products. We also have this at naturallyhealthypets.com. If you don't have this, we have another product on the website called Sun E Canine. And yes, it has the name canine in it, but it is just a great source of vitamin E. So it's perfectly acceptable to use that in the recipe for cats as well. Or you can use a teaspoon of wheat germ oil as well. So you have a bunch of options as far as oils that you can add. All right. Now, if you wanted to gently cook this recipe in the oven, you could mix all of these ingredients together and put them in a loaf pan to make a cat loaf. You can also pre-portion them and put them into little muffin tins or the mini cupcake tins for cats. That's a really great option. So it comes out of the oven pre-portioned, and you can go ahead and just feed a little muffin, a little cat loaf CatLoaf muffin to your cat each meal. Today, since we're using the slow cooker, I love using the slow cooker because it's so easy. We can throw everything in and set it for the day. We're gonna add either a quarter to half cup of water or bone broth to the recipe just to make sure that everything mixes really well and cooks thoroughly in the slow cooker. But you don't have to do that step if you're gonna either feed it raw or use it as a CatLoaf or a muffin in the oven. So we'll go ahead and mix all of our ingredients together very well in our slow cooker. Now, if you have a super picky cat, it might be good once this is done cooking, you can actually use an immersion blender and blend it into more of a pate consistency. So that way all of the ingredients are really finely ground together. That's a great idea. Our cats aren't super picky, so I'm not worried about having more of a chunked version. And as long as they eat the whole portion, you don't really have to worry about them picking and choosing out certain ingredients that are going to, quote, unbalance the meal. So for us, we can do the chunked version. If you have a picky cat where they just like that pate consistency, after this cooks in the slow cooker, using an immersion blender to blend it all together is a really great idea. A food processor would also work as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put the lid on this. And we are gonna turn it to low. We're gonna let it cook for 6 to 8 hours. And after 6 to 8 hours, it should be ready to serve once it's cooled off a little bit. When you're feeding the CatLoaf recipe, whether it's baked, raw, or in the slow cooker, you wanna make sure that you're serving it at room temperature. So go ahead and serve about 4 to 6 ounces, depending on the size of your cat and how much they need per meal. And then you can go ahead and portion out the rest to freeze. This freezes really well for about 3 months. So that way you have it all portioned out and ready to go for the meals. You can warm it up at mealtime and want to serve it around body temperature, room temperature, or slightly warm if possible. So this is formulated for adult cats with an indoor activity level. It can be fed to a wide range of cats. We do recommend, if you are already feeding a raw or gently cooked recipe, you can go ahead and just add this into your rotation, see if they like it. It can be fed supplementally or it can be their main meal. If your kitty is already on kibble, sometimes they are so addicted to it, and especially the texture, it can be challenging to transition. So it would be great to choose either one of two methods. One method, which works really well, is the 2-plate method. So you have a plate of their regular food and you add a little bit of the CatLoaf to a second plate so they get to choose and get familiar with it. The other option is if you want to mix what they're currently feeding with a little bit of CatLoaf, you can do that as well. So either option works. And if you want to combine what you're currently feeding with a little bit of CatLoaf, a great best practice is to start with about 25%. So that means removing 25% of the existing food that you're already feeding and adding 25% of the CatLoaf. If that goes really well, you can do that for a week or two, and you can slowly increase the next week to 50-50, then 75-25, and then 100% CatLoaf. That's a great tactic. Some cats, it takes a while for them to acclimate to a big switch in food, so if they don't take to it the first time, don't give up. Maybe try a few different ways of introducing it and seeing what works best for them. Cats can be a little bit more particular in their food, so don't give up, have patience, and we hope that all of the kitty cats enjoy Dr. Judy's CatLoaf as much as ours do.
When I was in practice, my clients trusted that I would find the safest, best natural products for their pets and my patients. That's how I started Naturally Healthy Pets. I had a lot of clients who had to travel a long distance to get to my clinic, and when they needed refills, we needed a way to easily be able to have them order and get them shipped very quickly. So I started Naturally Healthy Pets in my garage. My husband Hugh would do fulfillment for me. All of the products that have been available on Naturally Healthy Pets over the years have been hand selected by me to be the most natural, human grade, best products for your pets that are actually going to help them with their health and longevity. If you like the content on my channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. The more subscribers we get, the more people we will reach, because the platform will push it out to more people. So hit like and subscribe.